Hey guys, welcome back to my garden. Right now, we are planning on doing a bit of cleanup here. So there's some grasses I'd like to cut back as well as a few ferns. So here in the garden, we do have a ton of Japanese grasses or Japanese forest grass. We do have one way in the background there if you can see it. I'm gonna take my trimmer and actually cut it back down to the ground. I will show you guys what it looks like as it's trying to come back to life. And this is why we're doing it now. So if we come in here and look at the base,
You can probably spot out a few greenery growing on in there. So right around here, all over the place, it's starting to come back to life.
so I have to cut back the dead growth so we can make room for it. And if I pan kind of further down, you can see there's a fern. This is also one of the things I was talking about I wanted to take care of. We have ferns all over the garden that are preparing to come back to life as well. So if we dive in here, you can see that this is where the new growth is going to come from. We obviously have all these old fronds. This is a deciduous fern, so it did die back, but not completely fully, as you can kind of tell. And honestly, if we look down the aisle, you can probably see there's a ton of ferns here and there. They just are kind of spotty. Or more so just darted around the garden. It goes all the way back throughout the entire garden. And for the ferns, we will be using my hand pruners, as this is kind of like the easier way for the ferns at least. But anyhow, let's get started. Alright, so we cut this back. I want to show you guys a reason why I didn't cut it back so soon. So if we look deep within here, there are insects kind of hiding within the grass. Now, this just so happens to not be a good insect. It's the green guy down there, but it's still going to be bird food. And we need insects in order for our ears to thrive with bugs, or not with bugs, with birds. But again, back to it. I got grasses to cut back. So I just got done cutting back a ton of ferns. Now, we are nowhere near done. There's still hundreds and hundreds of ferns left to be cut back. It just goes on and on and on. In fact, I can kind of just show you, it's like just so many ferns, so many ferns. And this is just one portion of the garden, but the ferns just keep stretching out and stretching out. So even this small bit of ferns that I just got done cutting back, it's nowhere near complete. There's just so many to look after, take after. It's gonna take me maybe a couple days to get it all finished. As you can tell, some of these ferns are large, some are small. They're all over the place. We have licorice fern, we have deer fern, we've got sword fern, all sorts. My favorite is going to be the Dryapteris Jurassic goad. Now, one reason why I love cutting these guys back is because they will put on this lovely yellow color or yellow-orange color during the early spring, and you won't really get that full display if you don't cut back the fern or the fronds. By the way, a part of my newest load of plants includes some ferns, which we already have the specific varieties inside the garden. These just so happen to be the autumn gold, I believe. No, autumn brilliance. Yes, autumn brilliance. So we've got a few of these autumn brilliance growing throughout here, and you can see that the new fronds kind of come up this pink color, and when they do expand, they put on a bright orange as well, kind of similar to the Jurassic gold. And if we look down here, there are a few more shade perennials, such as the pig squeak Virginia, and I believe they get their name from this squeaky sound that they produce. And then they do bloom a bunch of these pink scattered blooms, or I don't know what you would call them, but they're kind of a spike. Down below here, you can kind of see I do have some hellebores in the mix, one being the Maid of Honor, and I think the other one was Ice and Rose. The lovely Ice and Rose does have this downward kind of droopy flower. I love it. Then the wedding cake variety Maiden of Honor is a double petaled. Down below me, you can see we have some Sea of Heart Brunera, then some Jack Frost Brunera, and then the last Brunera, I believe, I can't remember the name, it's Diane's Gold Brunera. Now this one's already in leaf. These guys got a little bit frosted and now they have to wait till they come back again. So we'll wait it out. Hopefully there's no problem with these guys as the new growth kind of died back from the cold snap, but hopefully they come back. I also did pick up some potatoes. I want to get these guys in bags or potato bags sometime this weekend. I do have the red Norland as well as the Yukon Gold. So we got 2 bags of the red Norland and 1 bag of the Yukon Gold. But anyhow, guys, stick around to see the garden kind of transform throughout the seasons. It's going to be very fun and enjoyable. And as you can see so far, we do have a few things here and there. It's just not quite full.